Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Baggage Claim? How's everybody doing today? Man, what a crazy week it has been already. If you're new to Baggage Claim, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a fun adventure. This is a place where we're hoping to create some community, some conversations around marriages, blended families, and all those things in between. Sometimes we get off track and we talk about crazy stuff. But if you call Baggage Claim your home, thank you for calling it your home. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for the shares, the downloads. You guys are awesome. You rock. And so here we are. I feel like I need to take a really deep breath.
I want to say thank you for doing the intro each time, because even though I know what should be said and what you say every time, I know that if I tried it, I wouldn't draw a blank and I would just sit here. So thank you.
It's my pleasure. One day you're going to dominate.
You've never asked me to do the intro.
Yes, you're right. I haven't. I've never asked you that, Michael.
I don't know if that day will ever come.
It may not. So
I appreciate
I just had
that.
to throw that out there.
Thanks, man. You had to.
I do appreciate that you
I
do
just
the
wanted to
intro.
let you know I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. So tonight's episode it's going to be heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, man, I would just say it's Tuesday and it feels like it's been
a heavy week.
a really big
so
week.
far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
Yesterday was 3 days long.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Today was at least 2 days long.
At least.
So we had and this is part of the episode of just being real and honest about where we're at, what we're in. No judgment here.
Mm-mm.
No matter what you're in or where you're at, where you're going through. We're not here to judge you. We're just here to say, hey, we love you, and to provide some insight if we can. But yesterday we probably had a first. Again, we had another first yesterday. We sat in our living room. It was weird. We had music playing and we was sitting in our living room and we didn't really say anything for like a couple hours.
Yeah, a long time.
And every now and then I would just get up and go walk outside. I think just because I needed I have some kind of distraction. My brain was, and so I went out and just started listening to the birds. But
then you got annoyed with the birds.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Annoyed.
Isn't that awesome?
And he said, I wonder if the birds ever run out of words to say.
Yeah.
They never stop. They just never stop. And you went on this whole
I did. I was circling the train.
circling about birds.
Well, I'll say even one thing I appreciate, and I know we've had a few episodes where we say like, hey, this is a heavy episode. I think if you just go surface level, even life is going to have heavy seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think many times, because I know this in my past, sometimes we just disassociate from it and we try to move on without even thinking it through, processing it, and sometimes being able to sit in what can be hurt and appreciation even. And I know that sounds really weird and wrong, but I like the fact that we can sit here and just say, guys, it's been a heavy week.
Yeah.
And we can communicate understanding.
Yeah.
What we're all walking through is heavy right now.
Well, I think Jess too, there's probably a part of her that didn't know what to do because, I mean, I was emotionally like, I guess the best word to say would be train wrecked yesterday. Like I would just be sitting in the chair and it's weird. I'd just get emotional and start crying. And it was heavy, heavy day.
Yeah, it was.
So a lot
around.
going on. And I don't want to get into too much of that because you guys are like, I get it. You're like, so what?
Yeah.
I get you got your own crap, you got your life. But I hope that tonight's episode is something that you leave encouraged.
Yeah.
You leave maybe with a smile. We'll try to pepper in some fun stuff in between as we talk about some heavy subject of life because life is sometimes just the suck factor is pegged out.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's fun. Then if you're in the fun section, bro, ride that wave because it's fun.
Absolutely.
So
before we jump into the heavy stuff,
Question
time.
I'm thinking, I was wondering if you were going to join me at all.
Jess is just like staring at you.
I took the lead and started singing.
I was going to let you have a solo today.
Oh, how sweet and adorable of you.
Yeah, that was very adorable. I got you, boo. I got you back. I can't sing for crap, but I got you.
I appreciate it, Greg.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
worries, bro.
Thank you, sir.
So who's got the question?
Producer
Is it
Mike?
me? Is it me? Okay, so the question is this, and this is one I heard not long ago.
I'm sorry.
I just burped right in your ear hole, friends who are listening.
Well, I didn't hear it, and I'm the one that has the headphones on, so you probably could have gotten away with it.
Idiot.
So question time is, and I think we all grew up with this relatively. What were you told as a kid that you believed? Like whether it be your grandparents or your parents, something that they told you, like here's a blanket equivalent. Okay.
Yeah.
So one time my grandfather told me that if I ate watermelon seeds, that I'd have watermelon sprouts come out of my ears.
Oh,
Wow.
And I believed it.
how about that?
So like here I am,
How
a little
old-
5-year-old
how old were you
munching
when you
down.
didn't
I was
realize-
like 5 or 6, 4 or 5, about that age.
Why do parents care if the kids eat the seeds? It's not that big of a deal.
I don't know,
Maybe
to
it'll
be
just hurt
honest.
your belly. Make you have a bellyache.
Oh, because it's like, just let them eat them. Like, why fill their head full of lies? Just let them eat the seeds.
I've got another one too, but
I believed that if I swallowed my gum, it would stay in my tummy forever.
right?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That it
You
would
just never,
never.
really, like, logic never kicked in. To be
Never.
So
like,
how many times did you swallow gum as a kid? Like
Not
total?
a whole lot, but enough to where my nanny was like, "Now, Jesse, you're gonna have to stop doing that. That's never gonna pass out of your belly. It's gonna stay there. That's not." Good
I remember
for you."
doing it one time by accident and was terrified.
I don't think I ever spit gum out in my entire life. I think I've eaten it my entire life. I think I've never spit a piece of gum
So
out.
like in the past few years that I've known you and we've hung out and I've given you gum,
Yeah, I would just swallow it. I get to the point where I'm just like, ugh.
I'm done with that.
Done, yeah, just out.
Can
Thank you
you
for
do
your
that again for me?
interpretation there.
What does that sound like?
Sorry, that was. I had this, and this is my freaking cousin Wayne. Wayne, I'll punch you in the face. He there used to be these spiders in Georgia. There's these big spiders they call riding spiders, and they're black and yellow, and they're really big, and it looks like they write things.
I know what you're about
And
to
he would
say.
always say, if you say your name in front of them, they write your name, and then you'll die. And he and I would get into fist fights because he would be like, he was going to say my name in front of the spider. And I'd be like, no, you're not.
Oh, I'm going to have to use that. That's awesome.
We would get into it.
Is that why you hate spiders so
it could
bad?
be. It could be a part of
Oh my
hate
goodness.
spiders.
That is
Yes.
brilliant.
But
Oh,
he did
man.
that. And I don't know how old I was, but I was like, wait a minute. Let me put this logic together.
What, like a junior or senior in high
It could
school
have been
or
like high
something?
school. Yeah, it could have been like high school senior.
Oh, it was last week when we had a
was
family
last
picnic.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh man, for me, and it's funny looking back. Like I had my great aunt Jean, which is my great grandmother's sister, and she would always say that whistling is an outside toy.
What? That's the weirdest thing.
Right. So
weird.
like, if you're inside whistling, she would always say that whistling is an outside toy. So I always refrain from whistling unless I'm outside.
I'm sorry. I'm That's the weirdest thing.
Looking back to my little 6-7-year-old self who's just randomly going about the house doing my chores and whistling.
6-year-old kids, traumatized.
He was like, "Oh, I take like whistling is the outside toy, like my BB gun. I can't have that in the house.
Absolutely.
I also can't
Yes.
whistle in
You are
here."
that is the exact thing I thought of. I was like, yeah, I can't shoot my gun inside. So, okay, I'll do this outside when I'm shooting my BB gun.
I will whistle and shoot
Whistle a
BB.
tune.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. Oh, I just thought of another one too.
Okay.
Also, my grandmother, when we were riding in the car, we were not allowed to lean against the door because she was convinced that the door was just going to fly open and we would fall out. Even
Really?
if we had
My mom
seatbelts
had
on.
a very similar mindset to that.
We
I actually had a friend who
she
fell out of a
would
car
well.
like that.
okay.
He was turning on the highway. And he
Well, it also depends on
Actually-
if you have a vehicle where the door does randomly open, because
Well,
my
and she
grandfather's
did
pickup
not.
He was
did.
okay. He was
Nanny
okay.
did
He
not.
was
But you
okay.
know what's funny? If Miranda were here, when they first started dating, Thomas had that giant old Blazer.
Yes.
She literally did almost fall out. The door came open when she was. Like, it was one of their
It
first
did
couple of dates.
Yes, I do remember that.
She
Yeah.
almost fell out of the car.
My grandfather had one of those old school, I think it was a Ford F-150. It was old school gray. And I remember because it had the bright light, the high beams was a button on the floor. It wasn't on the dash, which I thought was the coolest thing in the world in my little 10-year-old self. But the door was the passenger side door. You had to crack the window so you could pick the door up and then close it. But even then it didn't always latch. So yeah, it was very much a don't lean on the door if you're not wearing your seatbelt kind of.
Well, so that
It
Nanny
could,
wasn't all the way out of the ballpark on
No,
that
she
one.
wouldn't have. She wouldn't have the ballpark completely. I mean,
But
Not
it-
completely.
Like, she would get tore out of frame if we had, like, even put your arm on the armrest kind of
you
thing.
couldn't touch the
No.
door. You could
Oh,
not
yeah.
touch the doors of
No.
the car.
No.
Oh my gosh, man!
There were times it
some
would
of the
be-
weird crap parents and grandparents
Yes.
say their kids do. It's
Yeah.
like, what? Don't touch the door in the car. Why?
You're going to fall out.
Oh, good stuff.
Well, now I know that really is a possibility.
Yeah, it can happen.
Rare.
Oh my
but
gosh.
it could happen.
Well, that's a good laugh.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about, like, there's so many things. There's literally so much going on right now at Baggage Claim, in the sense of we're trying to develop a lot of behind the scenes things. If you're listening to podcasts, you probably not know anything about it, but we're
I'm on a podcast and I don't know anything about it.
so we developed a 27 questionnaire to kind of walk through to where you fall in the 9 steps. Go take that online right now. Go to unpacktogether.com. It'll be there. Take the inquiry, find out results of where you're at. We've been working a lot of behind the scenes things. So it's been busy. It's been
Yeah.
crazy.
And the fact that we all have jobs outside.
Yes,
of
we
this.
all-
We all
yes.
do work. So
We
it's all
do.
extra outside
Yeah,
of
it's
that.
fun, extra
Which
stuff
is
that we
great
do.
because, like, I love doing it.
I do too. I love the
That's why we're
results
here.
of when you look at Jess and I were sitting the other morning, and I was like, do you realize there's someone in Vietnam listening to your forgiveness story of
Yeah.
how you walked, what you walked through? And so the power of that is just
It's crazy.
incredible. So if you've heard an episode that impacted you, that you loved, that you thought was good, please share it with a friend, share it with someone that maybe they can get something out of it. We're literally not making money doing this. We're
No.
spending money.
Yeah.
This is a hobby, a fun thing that we do.
And also, if I may add, just because I think most people don't understand a lot with algorithms and stuff like that, when you like a podcast, whether it be on Spotify, whatever platform you're listening to, it takes that like and it says, okay, someone liked this, so let's put this out there for other people to listen to.
Yeah.
So simply, and when we say like, share, subscribe, that really doesn't do much for us other than helping get the information out to others.
Yeah.
So if you have an episode that you just love, go make a comment on that episode.
Yeah.
Because if that episode did something to help change your life or speak to you, and you simply comment, well, that immediately opens up the circle of people that get to see that we simply even exist.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. You know, we don't really we actually literally don't make anything if you like or subscribe or comment.
Yes, literally.
Nothing.
We literally don't make anything. The only thing it helps us do is be able to share our message, our stories, our testimony.
Well, we were just talking about today. I was like, what a God thing this has become.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not connected with any organization. We're not connected with, a church, an organization, nothing. It's just us through organic,
And doing what
Conversations
we feel like
just-
God told us to do.
yeah, talking about what we love,
Yeah.
families and blended families in life. And we're in 53 countries and 312 cities, like just off of you guys sharing. So thank
Yeah.
you. But the subject I want to talk about tonight is we always have in relationships, you can call them hills, you can call them valleys, you can call them storms. I don't know what you want to call them, but there's not always blue skies.
Not in just relationships, but just,
No, just
in
in
your
life.
individual life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe this will kind of jump from relationship, married life, blended family to just life in general. Like you may be listening to this and be like, man, my marriage is great, but life is really, really hard right now. Everything else seems good, but
I mean, that's
I'm
kinda,
single and it has been an incredibly heavy week.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're at too.
Yeah.
Like this week, and it's only Tuesday today when we're recording. It's like this week has been hard.
yeah.
Not you and I, but
Yeah. It's
the
just
world
been,
around us has been hard.
Yeah. So there's just a lot that we've been faced with. For me, I mean, and I won't share. There was some, and I'm not going to use names except for just some really, really heavy situations that happened in our lives. And then really, really dear family members of mine. She is struggling with pancreatic cancer. Sweet. I love her to death. She's so incredibly kind to Jess and I. Her and her husband are two of our favorite people. But it's come to that moment for her to say, okay, we're done with treatment now. It's just about being comfortable. And those are really, really hard conversations to have because I'm looking at her kids
And her
in the rooms and
grandchildren.
her grandkids in the room and they're just, they're undone. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't seem fair. It just seems, it's just heavy. And so it's, life has those moments. It has those things. And it's just so crazy because Sunday, I'm literally sitting in the chair. You're getting ready. Lucy, our granddaughter, spent the night with us, and we're carrying her to church. And so she and I are sitting in the chair watching Bluey, which is an amazing show.
It is.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, I spend so much of my life worrying about so much crap that doesn't really matter. And I'm like, here I am sitting with our 20-month-old granddaughter in my lap watching Bluey, and we're going to go to church. And it was just like, man, thank you for this moment. Like, thank you for this moment that I get to have and just this overwhelming gratitude of just stopping in the moment to just kind of relax and enjoy and take it in. It's like, man, our lives are so busy. They're so crazy. They're so all over the place. Just taking a moment of gratitude just to soak it in. Just a small moment with Lucy in the chair.
Well, and the day before, we got to have her on Saturday, and it was a rainy day here where we live. And we got to just stop and watch her play in a puddle on the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh, was that not adorable?
Oh my gosh.
It's one of those things I'm like, I look at a puddle and I'm thinking, I don't think the same way she thinks about it.
No.
Well, at first she was so timid about it. And then when you showed her, I was, of course, videoing, doing the grandma thing. And at first she was so timid, but then she was all in. Like, she stomped in that puddle on the sidewalk until the puddle was gone.
Yes.
Like, it was just, like you said, we take for granted a lot of small blessings.
Because and I think it all hit me when I'm in this hospital room and I'm just looking around and I'm thinking Lucy, I'm thinking my life, as selfish as we all are, because we're just all selfish at some point. Because we take some horrible situation, we're like, well, what about me?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my heart was breaking for those people because it's just hard. It's just hard.
Yeah.
There's no words that make it better. There's nothing you can do that makes it better. It just sucks. And you just gotta be like, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm just gonna keep moving my feet. But you made the statement earlier. You said, I think this is correct. What was this statement?
I said it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we don't hear that a whole lot.
Yeah.
And we don't portray that a whole lot, especially on our social media accounts.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Anything else, it's not to be like, sometimes you have that person who goes on those rants constantly and it's like, okay, get out of the ditch. You've been there for a couple months. It's time to move on. But we either block those or we scroll past those and we don't read those or look at them. But it's hard for us to be truthful and honest about what we're really at.
Well, there's something about society that's like, and especially like in work culture, and it's not every work culture, I get that, but like sometimes it's like, it doesn't matter what you're going through in your life, you still got to produce. You still have to perform. You still have to bring in your numbers, just got to meet the quotas. You may be walking through a horrible life situation, but like you're here Monday morning. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing that makes you worth being here? Whereas sometimes that can be incredibly unhealthy. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you still got to do what you got to do. Like
You do.
you still got to pay bills. You still have to work a job. You still got to do what you got to do. But many times in that, we carry that over into our personal life where we don't work through heavy situations. We don't efficiently process things that we've been through. We just kind of tuck it away and hope it goes away.
So if you're in a relationship and you're in a heavy situation, you're in one of those, how do you navigate that if you can't share with your significant other, your husband or your wife, if you can't?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Can we unpack that, or is that even
first
worth
off, like, how do you go through that if one spouse is going through that but the other is not?
Yeah.
Because I think that's where it gets dangerous.
Well, I think, but there's an interesting spot because even yesterday was heavy and Jess felt it. I usually am, not to be like I'm the man, I got my stuff together. I'm usually not the emotional one in our. Okay, you're giving me
Really?
the side eye.
Jess is giving a look. I
Yeah,
need
like
to
a
hear.
very,
I need to
very
hear from
side-eye
Jess
look.
on this.
I'm passionate. I'm not emotional. I'm passionate.
If our 4 children were sitting in this room,
All right, now I got to hear what Jess thinks about
sure
this.
they would say Dad is the more emotional one in this family. You are a big teddy bear.
I am tied to my heart.
You're a softie.
I am. I am tied to my heart.
Yeah.
But most of the time I can hold it together.
Most of the time you can't.
Well, and I will say
can.
there is a difference between being passionate and being emotional. And that's not the rabbit hole we're trying to chase tonight. But I think there is a difference. And I think maybe understanding that difference could help discern how do you communicate with a spouse that is going through something emotional.
Well, I think even for Jess yesterday, like she knew because I'm a weird guy. Like I love Jess and I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself, but I also don't want to be like
smothered.
Yeah, cuddled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but like yesterday, like I would as weird as it is, I would just be sitting there and I was like, I gotta get up.
Yeah, you were back and forth between both of those emotions. You needed to get up, you go like take a lap outside, but then you'd come right back to where I was to be in the room where I was. And then you'd sit in that for a little bit and then you'd go back. Like you were definitely battling between like what brought you comfort yesterday.
Yeah. And then, but Jess didn't have to, like, I didn't need her to say anything.
Mm-mm.
And I think you knew that. Like, you knew I didn't need you to make it better for me. I didn't need you to do anything. You were just.
Well, I couldn't.
Yeah. And so it was just
I think it was important to recognize for all of the things that we were dealing with yesterday, like whatever words, like we couldn't make it better for each other.
Yeah.
And the things that are causing hurt.
Yeah.
There are no words that could fix it, which is why I think we sat in silence for literally a couple of hours. It felt like, well, we'd say this or that and you'd complain about the birds and that kind of thing. But like, as far as like meaningful conversation, it wouldn't have helped. So we didn't try.
But I think but I also think that's because when I think of hurt and I think of, because we all walk through hurt and we're all going to be in it at some point in our life at some level. I think it's who is in our life at that point and who is moving with us through that is so vitally important. And I think in today's culture we're becoming so segregated and so alone by ourselves. It's just not healthy.
It's not.
And if we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times. The community and friends that you align yourself with make all the difference in the world.
It really does. I have a close friend. I mentioned her a few times, Kate. She can literally look at me and whatever countenance is on my face, she will literally say, I know you're not okay. You don't have to talk about it right now, but I know you're not okay. And I'm like, you're right, I'm not. And then we'll revisit it later, but she is that friend. And I have other friends too that can do the same thing, but I see her on a daily basis. But like, I know I can just not be okay with her, but that's okay. And she's not going to force me. She's not going to try to Band-Aid it or sugarcoat it. She's just going to be like, yeah, this sucks. Let's talk about why it sucks. But let's talk about it.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
How did that help you in your processing through whatever you want to call it, hurt, heaviness, if someone just simply acknowledges it?
Well, I can rewind time back to when TJ passed away. I had friends that would tell me like, oh, it's going to be okay. And, there's a reason and all the things. And that's true too. But I also had friends, one or two friends that would be like, this just is the worst. Yeah. Let's just talk about or don't talk, let's just say it out loud. This is the worst. And I'm just going to sit in it with you. And then we're going to figure a way forward. I mean, sometimes it's helpful. I mean, and I still think that too. Like, even when I come to you, Greg, and just like, let me tell you why this is bothering me or why this hurt me. Like, I don't always want to figure out a way forward yet. Sometimes I just want to sit in it and just be like, I need to just feel this, and it hurts and it's bothering me. But then also I know I'm going to move forward. I think it's important to acknowledge like, no, I am not okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. The elephant in the room is the most direct approach. It's like, but we don't do it because we don't know how to say it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember when I was going through divorce, I had a group of guys, and this was even outside of you, Greg, because we talked all the time. I had a group of about 5 or 6 guys that once a week we would just hang out at my house or someone else's house, just grab a drink, watch a movie, get in a hot tub, do whatever, like just chill. And I just remember the first time we met, because I invited him over to my house. I was like, guys, I got to make some different memories in this place, because I was living in the same place. I was like, I got to move forward, whatever that looks like. I don't know. And I just remember the first night we sat in my kitchen, we ordered pizza, we were waiting on it to be delivered and just chilling. And it was kind of awkward for a little bit. But I just remember one of my friends was like, Michael, this sucks. And I hate that you're walking through this. Yeah. Nothing that we can say is going to fix this.
No.
But we're here tonight to show you that we're with you.
Yeah.
And I think simply, even like you said, someone who could just acknowledge, hey, you're walking through a hard time. I may not have no clue what you're walking through. I've got no clue. But I want you to know I'm here. The amount of strength that gives a person, and I say that from my own experience, when there are things that you feel that you can't communicate, not because you don't want to, but you can't put to words what you're feeling, but just simply to know, all right, he's in my corner. Yeah. That makes this a little more doable to wake up the next day and keep going. Yeah. So I think how we treat that makes, on whatever scale, whether it's a friend scale, whether it's a spouse scale, which I think is even so much more important to be aware of, it goes such a long ways.
Yeah.
It really does.
So I've got this question.
Okay.
How would you work through a situation if one person's feeling that heaviness and the other person either doesn't feel it at all or kind of finds it trivial that they find hurt in something like that?
Yeah, I can understand that. I am guilty as charged of not giving things sometimes I don't know if credibility is the right words. Yeah, the weight that it deserves. I don't. I know that. And that is not a good quality. I don't think it's a good quality. It helps me in life to just keep going, I think. But I don't. There's things that I should make a big deal out of that I don't. There's things that I shouldn't. It's vice versa.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So sometimes there's parts of me like, are you kidding me? Like, why? Why are we about that? But I'm getting better. I'm learning. It's just, that's my perspective.
Yeah.
It's how I grew up. It's like, okay, life sucks for you. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
You get over it. It's kind of like where, not to say they, it was just that's the environment I grew up in a construction crew of like.
Okay, not a specific example. Here's like a general example. If I share with you, like, not just say you hurt my feelings or this is hurting my feelings right now, and I can't quit thinking about it because it makes me feel like this, whatever. And there are times where your response will be, well, just quit thinking about it. Just move on.
Yes, I've made that statement.
But
before.
I'm just like, I can't yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to
and
just
everyone, that's not the right response that you should say.
yeah, don't say
that.
those words.
Don't say what I just did.
Yeah. When what I need for you to know is I'm not okay. And so I just really need you to just kind of sit with me. And even, and I have even said to you too, like, even if you don't mean it, tell me like, yeah, that's the worst. Or, just agree with me for a minute so I can feel like my feelings are validated. And then I'll be ready to move forward.
See, the thing with women and men, and this is the whole difference, and you know this too, is like, when I see you hurting, I want to make that hurt go away. Like, I want to fix that. Mm-hmm. And so me fixing that is solving that problem. But me solving the problem doesn't fix this. And
the feelings that I feel.
And so women misconstrue that as like, just shut your mouth and let me sit in this. And you're like, I just want to make it better.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because I love you, not because.
Yeah. I want to fix it for you.
Yeah. It's like, they come from, you have to look at where those come from. Mm-hmm. But I agree. It's also acknowledge that. Mm-hmm. And just because it doesn't mean something to you doesn't mean it's not to someone else.
Yeah.
So everything carries different weight. Like, you may hear something that just, like, it's like you said, like, it's crazy. This doctor came into my aunt's room, and he's holding her hand and he's holding the husband's hand, and he just looks at her and he goes, this sucks. And I'm sorry that you're having to go through this. Mm-hmm. This cancer is horrible.
That's huge.
And he just sits there. He's holding her hand. He's holding her husband's hand.
Yeah.
And he's just like, we've talked about this place and we're at that place. And it's just like, just addressing the heaviness of that in the room. Mm-hmm. God, it's just hard. But that's so true in relationships. Mm-hmm. Like, this is hard. Mm-hmm. Like, I watched these TikToks, shorts, reels of, you want to have a happy marriage, do these 3 things. You want to have a perfect marriage, do these 3 things. And I was like, God, I wish it was that easy.
It's so nice.
Man, I wish it was. And we probably posted those reels too, and I'm sorry. But it's the same thing. It's like, it's just, sometimes it's just hard. It's just hard. Like, it doesn't seem bright. It seems dark. It seems like you're in that endless loop, and it just doesn't feel great.
And I think we can all take comfort in the fact that it happens to all of us, no matter what we portray on social media or, hey, how are you doing today? I'm great. When really, no, you're not.
Can I let you in on a little secret? Every single marriage has issues.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Every single marriage has issues. So if you're listening to this and you're sitting, I don't care where you're at in the world, and you're sitting in this listening to this going, am I broken? No.
Nope.
You're just human. Mm-hmm. And sometimes being human, trying to have another relationship with another person is just hard. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every marriage has issues. If they say they don't, they're lying to you. And that means they got bigger issues because they can't even be honest about the little issues. So rest assured, it's okay. Like, if you're like, man, we're so jacked up. You're right. We're all jacked up.
Yeah.
That's if I can get you to walk away with one thing tonight, that's it. You're jacked up, and so
we're
are we.
We're all broken.
Yeah, we're broken. This podcast came from brokenness.
Yes, so true.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes,
all of us.
So it's like the origin of us is broken, and then that's okay. It's all right to sit in that. It's okay to sometimes just, I don't want to say mourn in it, but it just sometimes it's hard.
Mourning can be healthy.
Sometimes
mourning can be healthy, and
it's part of healing.
It is.
And I think sometimes the dangerous place that we get in when we work through seasons of heaviness or anything like that, we become secluded.
Yes.
And again, I know this goes back to things we've said so many times, and I don't want to repeat myself, but I also want to make sure it's so intentional that we do say this over and over again. When you're alone, you're not healthy. Who you surround yourself with makes all the difference in the world, because every single person in this world has multiple shallow relationships. The, hey, how are you doing today at work? And we get the shallow, oh, I'm good, even though your life may be falling apart, right? But who do we have that we get to share those my life is falling apart situations with? Because many people don't have someone.
Yeah.
Whether that person is actually there and you just don't share, or whether you're actually sitting alone every single night because that person is not there. Who we surround ourselves with makes all the difference in the world. And I believe this wholeheartedly with the spiritual warfare that we come against. When you are alone, it makes you feel like you're alone. It makes you feel like you're the only person going through what you've been through. The reality is it's not true.
Yeah.
Chances are numerous people that you know constantly throughout your life have either walked through the same thing or are walking through the same thing.
Yeah.
And when we get alone, we start seeing that there might not be a way out.
Yeah.
We might see that there is no other option, whether it be divorce. Well, the only way this could be fixed is divorce. Or, hey, the only way this could be fixed is if I do this, X, Y, Z, whatever. When the reality is we get so caught up in our emotions that we don't see the bigger picture. We don't see all the other routes that we could take. We don't see that, yeah, we may be in this valley, but there's actually a hill in front of us. We just keep walking. And we miss out on those things because we can get secluded and we don't share. We don't talk about these things. And I think that's just important. We surround ourselves with people that we can talk with, completely unfiltered. Share what's on your heart.
Yeah. No judgment, just real.
Yeah. And encouragement for you to be that person for others.
Yeah.
Because we as humans, we need that.
I think you need to hear me through this. It may take a second to get there.
Yeah.
I think we need people in our lives, at least 1 to 2 people in our lives who are kind of those producer type people. So think of your life as a movie. Like, what if people were watching your life as a movie and they're watching it and we're sitting going, what do I do? What is this? What am I supposed to do? And you're watching the screen. Just think about you're watching your life as a screen, and what's the one thing that they're screaming to the top of the lungs? Just do. Like, why are you not doing this? Like, why are you not doing this one thing? Like, it's right in front of you. Like, you can, you just think of yourself watching the movie. You need a friend in your life who can go, why are you not doing that thing? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's so obvious. Just do that. You're like, well, I don't know what. I don't know where to turn or where to go. Go here. Like, it's very easy. It's very obvious. It's like, because when we're watching a movie, we all see that. And we're just like, oh my God, here it comes. They're going to do this.
Like, I know this is what's about to happen.
Don't do that.
Or it's the, no, don't open that door.
Right. It's like the same thing. Having someone in your life who's kind of that producer who goes, bro, why are you not doing this?
Like, I don't know why you can't see it, but
I've never thought of it in that way. That's actually a brilliant analogy.
Oh my God, you're so smart.
For people who are not
not
understanding of a producer role, right? So like for me, when I do studio work, recording bands, different things like that, it helps give you a third party perspective.
Yes.
A full view perspective. All right. So a band will come to me and be like, hey, here's my song. These are our lyrics. These are the chords. These are the hooks. These are the guitar parts we want. These are the drum parts we want. We want to make all this happen. Do it. Right. So then I come in and I start recording, and then I look from the outside and I'm like, hey, you've got a 10-minute solo going on. We might want to bring that down to 2 minutes, or hey, you've got this one lyric line that you love, but it doesn't make sense. What if we readjusted it to say the same thing, but actually be a little more clear? So it brings a different perspective, a 30,000 foot view perspective, if you will. And you do it with someone to say, hey, look, I trust with you my life, my well-being. I trust as an artist to say, hey, I'm trusting you with my song.
Yeah.
Let's make this the best we can be. Now, if I understand that, it means I'm going to have to give and take on some certain elements that I may like or may not like, but I'm going to hear you out before I make my decision. And so the way you put that is saying, hey, having a producer to hear and see what you're doing, that is brilliant, because that's exactly how we've acted.
Right.
As I walked through divorce,
there were times in your divorce, I literally remember telling you, Michael, if you do this again, or I hear you've done this again, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yes.
Do not do that again, period. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? And we're just like, there's no yes, there's a yes or no to this. Like, like we had those kind of moments.
There were even questions where I was like, bro, this is what I'm working through. This is, what she said, what I said. I'm trying to work through this. This is what I'm thinking on doing. And you're like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Do not. Whatever you do not do that. And I'm like, why? And then you explain it. I'm like, that makes a whole lot more sense. Because many times we get caught up in our emotions, and when we get caught up in our emotions, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because our emotions are there for a reason, but sometimes they can cloud judgment. Sometimes they can lessen our farsightedness, if that's a weird way to say that. They can shorten our sight on what's in the future.
Right.
And when we're focused on the next step, we're not looking 10,000 feet in front of us. But a producer can come in from the side view and say, yeah, this one step might be 2 feet to the right, but look at where that ends 2 miles from now, 3 miles from now.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the step you want to take?
Yeah.
And so looking at that as a producer, that is a brilliant analogy.
It's kind of an interesting way to look at relationships in your life, people who are in your life.
Mm.
I've not to say, because I'm a nobody. I'm just a dude.
Talk nicer to yourself.
I'm just a dude. I'm just a grandpa. I'm a peepaw that sells real estate in Gainesville, Georgia. But there's certain kinds of people I don't allow in my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain people that I do allow in my life and I want in my life who encourage me, who push me to be better, who I don't allow a lot of negativeness in there. So that's just me. That's just a decision I made as a guy, because I realized I want people in my life who are going to be honest, but help me push me down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we unpack this? We've been talking. How do we? What's or maybe not an unpack, but what's a walk away for you? Like it's heavy. You're in it as a couple right now. What would you say?
First, you need to acknowledge that it sucks. Like acknowledge, hey, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
But then,
I mean, that's the first step.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
But then you got to figure out, how do I move forward out of it? Or if do you have a friend in your life that can help you find a way?
Well, maybe it's okay too, even for that person to say, because I've made this statement before too. I'm here. I don't know how to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to step forward. There's people out there. There's things that can help you in that process, but it's okay too I don't know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here and I don't know how to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how to move forward. And so, there's power in it. There's so much power in acknowledging the weakness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the reality is, it's not going to be the same answer for everybody.
No,
it's not.
Absolutely not.
So it's completely okay to not know the way forward.
Yeah.
And also, none of us know what we're doing. Like, we feel like sometimes we have it together and we feel like, I'm making good choices. And like, I've got my feet under me. We don't know. No, we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. As soon as we say that, then the rug gets jerked out from under you.
We do. None of us know what we're
Then
doing.
your bill statement comes up at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like, frig this.
Yeah. It's just like, I think everybody should take comfort in that. None of us really know what we're doing. We're just doing our best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you can link arms with people that you know the intention, you know the heart, meaning they want what's best for you, you want what's best for you. And I say that because sometimes in our own heart, when we get clouded with emotions, we forget what's best for us and we seek instant gratification.
Yeah.
Whether that be how we end an argument or the heart behind winning an argument, right? No, if you truly can set your heart on wanting what's best for you as a married couple, or for someone else as what they're going through, wanting what's best for them, knowing that someone else wants what's best for you as you're walking through your heaviness, your hard time, it's a lot easier to have I don't know if open mind is the right word to say, to look at perspectives that are different from your
Maybe an
own.
open perspective.
Open perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I can say, and I think we'll all agree, that our baggage claim team, like we want to be on your team.
Yeah.
If you feel like you don't have
Absolutely.
anybody else, we
I'm on your team.
we are your team.
Yeah. If you're walking through, if you're listening to this and you're like, man, this is heavy, you can email us at info@unpacktogether.com. You can DM us on any of our socials, to reach out.
Yeah.
I would love to help if we can provide resources or help. That's what we want to do. I don't want you to know. I want you to know more than anything else, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And you're not by yourself. There's a lot of us out there who maybe walk in the exact same path that you are. So know that there's somebody else with you, and we can be okay. We just keep working, keep digging, keep looking for truth.
There's always a path forward.
Yeah, keep looking for love and keep looking for truth. Those things always kind of come to the surface. Man, anything else to add?
I don't think so.
So slight tag on, especially if you're in a married relationship. And we've said this before. You've thrown your hat in, you've gone all in. Realize there's nothing that can truly break it apart. I mean, there are some things, but the reality is if someone's walking through something hard, fight with them.
Yeah.
Be with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just simply show your support, because that can be such a reinforcement to their own self-image, to their own mental state, that no one else can give.
It's true.
Yep.
It's very true. Well, thank you guys for listening tonight. Wherever you're at, please share this, get it out. Go to unpacktogether.com, take the audit, just kind of see where you're at, see where things pan out for you. It's it's free. It's a really cool, just 27 questionnaire. Answer some questions. We say this all the time. We say it about every time we have a group. We say it about our podcast. You're going to get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're honest, you're going to get some good feedback, some good information, and we'll even help give you a roadmap of how to move forward from that. But you got to be honest. If you're just lying and you're lying to yourself, then you're not going to get truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, but go to unpacktogether.com, take that, let us know what you think. If you want to send us a text, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you can send us a text straight from there. We'd love to hear that if there's something going on.
If you need
help
somebody
with.
on your team, we're here for you.
No, just send it to us. We want to cheer for you. Wherever you're at in the world, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're on the other side of the world. I'm cheer for you, and be your fan. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being a part, and know that, man, you're not on your own.
Yeah,
You're not by
absolutely.
yourself. Not by yourself. So we'll all walk through this together, holding hand in hand. So that's it for me.
That's it, yeah.
Well, I got to end with go dogs.
No.
Dogs.